Of course, no, of course.
I hear interests are permanent.
Yes.
Okay. To our last story, the late Iron Lady, and she was the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, if you remember, Baroness Margaret Thatcher said, quote, "There are no personal sympathies in politics," end quote. And that too, quote, "You may have to fight a battle more than once to win it," end quote. In political contestations, there are no places for impractical dreamers. The immediate past Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Ahmed Wase, who contested for the speakership of the 10th National Assembly, has spoken on the contestation for the speakership. He said he entered the race to challenge a lack of equity and fairness by his party, the All Progressives Congress, APC. But he congratulates the winner, Tajudeen Abbas. That's the spirit.
Yes, that's the spirit.
Yeah.
Agreed. But I still have my reservation about how the principal officers of the National Assembly
emerged.
Yes, how they panned out. The people of the North Central are very, very, very genuine.
Genuine
complaints, yes, they do.
Okay.
Yes, if you look at what happened, we know where the Senate President came from, the Deputy Senate President came from, the Speaker came from, and also the
Deputy Speaker
came from. And ordinarily, everybody just felt that, well, within the scheme of things, if you have already a particular session, especially within this, with North, have gotten hold of a particular office. We did that for then, of course, the North Central deserves to...
help me break it down. In this case, President Southwest,
yes,
Vice President,
yes,
Northeast,
yes,
Deputy President of the Senate,
yes,
South,
yes.
The Deputy Senate President is...
I think it's from the Northwest. Is it? The Northwest or Northeast?
The Speaker is
the same. The Speaker
same
is
Northwest.
Yes, Northwest.
Deputy Speaker Abia
is from Southeast. So you can see that North Central.
North Central.
Yes, and that has been the question. But other people have come up with we shall say, of course, that the appointment of the SGF Secretary to the Federal Government of the Federation. Who is from Central.
A weighty order.
It is a weighty, but in the order of precedence, pecking order. You have pecking order. We have the President.
Number one.
You have the Vice President.
Number two.
You have the
Senate
President.
The Speaker.
The Speaker.
The Deputy Senate President.
Deputy Speaker. Then you have the CGN.
Yeah.
That's the three arms. When you look at the three arms, executive, legislature, judiciary. In all this, you can find the North Central.
No, okay.
So you understand what I'm trying to say? The CGN is from the south, but that we are talking of within the executive and legislative arm.
So something is missing.
Yes, something is missing. And that is why most of them, especially from the North Central, including us and the rest of them, felt there's the need for them to be able to. But that didn't happen. I know that, and there's another legislator like Gadi, who was also from the North, actually from Plateau State, a very, very fantastic guy. So, but at the end of it all, the supremacy of the party reigned. Then, even within the legislature, you could see what happened after the election. But the critical area for me was what happened in the Senate yesterday. Whoever told me that Senator Abdulaziz Yari will garner as much as about 43 or 46 votes from his fellow senators. That's about 1/3. Despite all the watchers support of the president for Akpabio, despite the support of the APC for Akpabio, you still say that someone like Abdulaziz was Yari. But a lot of people have been saying that he's a four-time. I say no, he's not. He's not. He's a ranking member because the rule of the National Assembly, yes, is that once you have been a member of the House of Representatives, once, so even if you are coming to the Senate and you're going to contest and you are coming as a fresh senator, you are a ranking member. Yeah. So people that have been saying that he is a ranking member by the virtue of the fact that he was once a member of the House of Representatives. But whichever way it goes, we've had we have the choice. We've had the elective positions taken. I believe what House of Reps member Wase have done is noble, and I think we should just let go. And why the APC and the government in place be able to find a way of placating the people of the North Central.
KJ, but you know, in politics, I'm told by cynics that 2 plus 2 is not 4. They say it's something like 22 or so. Sounds crazy.
Grandpa, you know you've been here more than so if you know that mathematics, I remember.
And it's a fact.
I remember my days in school. They brought to us Babylonian mathematics, and even one of us raised it and said, "What exactly will you do with this Babylonian mathematics?" Anyway, it gets there. So I'll answer that. I just want to say that we should also be cautious, and I will bring the judiciary to politicization of institutions. We have succeeded in Nigeria in politicizing, in the politicization of ethnicity and the ethnicization of politics. I think we should also be careful.
And a bit of religion too.
Of course, clearly. So we should be careful how we do that to our revered institution. I don't think we should bring the leadership of judiciary to balance national,
it's supposed to be. The judiciary is an independent.
It's not just independent
itself.
People rise through the ranks, so you can use that to settle, diversity. Whoever is next, it is just normal. Yeah. It's like the traditional title,
natural.
Yes, the next person on board knows himself. Like the present speaker, I think he's next to, is the next in line to the Zozo, throne. He knows they have that hierarchy. The same thing with the judiciary. Once you're next, you match. It doesn't have to satisfy.
It's a turn by turn thing.
Well, if you say that. Now, politics is not. It is 2 plus 2 would not always be 4, because man is the specimen in question here. And for man, you can only say ceteris paribus. Situation remain constant. If it is not constant, things change. In the laboratory, the specimens are animals. You can condition them, but you can't condition man. So it will not always, be 4 when it comes to the addition. I think Wase is bitter because sometimes ago, I think after I can't remember the bill that was passed in the National Assembly by the Speaker, and some forces moved against him. I don't want to, mention the particular place. It was some lawmakers saved him. And Wase was one of them. I think he mentioned Gaji. He was also one of them, then, in those days. We're aware. So I think they were expecting him to compensate them. But interest at times flow beyond what was said yesterday. Things change. I don't think it was the fault of the speaker per se. Events will always play out and things will change. The Northwest, if you check the Northwest, they've always kept some very strong growth, number 1, 2, 3, but they are out this time around. And if you take them away again from number 4, you look at different capital, different resources that they bring to the table. Political, you look at all those sides to it. If you give SGF to the North Central, I don't think we'd know the power of the SGF anyway. And I doubt if we're going to have a lame duck SGF this time around. That was why we advocated for a strong character to the office of the SGF, because one, you should have not just an office. You should have an office that will set agenda for ministries.
Yeah.
And an office that will be the engine room of government.
The SGF office is a clearinghouse.
Honestly, you can't take anything to the chamber without the SGF. Should be able to vet them. Set proper KPIs for ministry. You can't wait till the end of the year before or to the end of a certain project before you make a performance. No, it should be on the go. So you should be able to keep a tab on them. So the office of the SGF should be a very strong goal, not even the Chief of Staff office per se. So, we have tend to concentrate the power in that office of the Chief of Staff. That shouldn't be. The engine room should be the office of the SGF. And I hope that the man there now will be able to galvanize support. Bring professionals to make that place, do the serious job that is meant for that office. So it's a powerful office for the North Central. And I think by, appointment again, some other one would take care of that. If Northwest is the political base of the APC, take that or leave it. That is the truth. So if they need to push, some things more there, Yari was winning that election as a Monday. He had the numbers. Forget all this, forget all the things you saw in the media. He had the numbers. They put everything on the table. I think he lost because of strategy.
Horse trading would come in.
No, if the president had not, I think he was 24 hours on that game between Sunday and Tuesday morning. Oh yes, if he had not stepped in with the vice president, they would have lost that election to Yari. Yari was in charge. All the former governors were, behind him.
Okay.
All the former governors, right there. They were called. Okay, not all anyway, but majority.
Yeah.
I think he had like nine of them or thereabouts. So at that time, what saved the day? It was simply because the president and the vice stayed on that game, different from the House of Reps, the ball game. So you can't take away the power of the Northwest.
Gentlemen, CK, you come in here. We are talking about three independent bodies. They are independent of one another, the executive, the legislative, and the judiciary.
Yes.
What is the business of the executive in what goes on?
Sorry, Sikian, let me just take that up. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
But you understand?
See, I explained this somewhere that inherent in a man are different traits, and not all of those traits would necessarily, blossom into beautiful flowers.
Yeah.
There are some of these traits that will grow to be poisonous. So the designers of democracy knew that when they said, okay, the executive, you're there. You have all of the powers to control, to manage, but you must also have checks and balances. And the National Assembly is that checks and balances. But man is a political animal. And for Nigeria that we play politics of difference most times, not that universal politics, not politics of development per se. Even in development, each person is crying what comes to him.
Yeah.
Now, the executive...
Interest.
Yes. Now, the executive will say, okay, if we have programs to achieve and you have a legislative house that is not, doing its job in a way that will engender development, if you question me rightly, no problem. But if you question me just to ensure that things are not done, no, sorry.
Yeah.
You can't have, and they said, okay, let's try to have inroad and see, and see how we can, have the support of these people by ensuring that we know those who are there. Number one. Number two, they also had the job of balancing the national equation. Imagine if you had gotten the president, Muslim, the vice president, Muslim, the Senate president, Muslim, the House of Rep, Muslim. Are we not going to be here today condemning the same thing? So while we know that the executive should not intervene or interfere in what goes on, at the chambers, but the party had the duty of ensuring
that that happens. As distinct from the executive.
Yes. So,
the party did. The executive.
Anyway, yes. I tend to disagree with Kola on certain issues, and he was talking about.
Don't go to court.
No.
Okay. We'll not go to
court. As a graduate of law, we don't just go to court.
Okay.
We get all the basics and the information we need.
Especially when the briefs are big.
Well, it has to be big. Anyway, not every time. We also do pro bono. So, but I'm just trying to, some of the issues, especially on the issue of, he was talking about the equation and how, not central.
Factor this into it.
Yes.
A member of the House spoke with me and he said, look at from 1999 through to yesterday, it had been the practice to have the executive, the president from a region and the number 3 man from that same region, excepting in 2015.
Yes, what we are witnessing now, let us be realistic. This is not the first time it's happening.
Okay.
This is not the first time it's happening. But what I'm trying to say in essence is that, one, we're talking about the office of the SGF, comparing it with that. The office of the SGF is an appointee of the president.
Okay.
That can be removed anytime.
He is not elected.
He's not elected. That's what we're talking about. The office of the president, vice president.
But he's telling you also that the office is essential.
No, I am just, let me land. The office of the president, vice president, senate president, deputy senate president, house speaker, deputy house speaker, those are elective offices of which the executive cannot do anything about it. That is about when it comes to the legislative arm. So let us not try to bet. For equity and fair play, after all, how come the South is where I come from? Over the years, we always say, oh, okay, we miss the president, give us a Senate president. Have you forgotten that somebody... No, wait. Don't go. Wait. Grandpa, wait. No. Paula, let me finish. Let me finish. I'm just saying...
but you know time is a master.
Yes, but let me round up. As I said, personally, I still feel that the people of the North... I'm not from North Central, I'm from Southeast. So, the issue remains that...
What you were going to say in passing, let it die here.
Yeah, let it die here. But let me... I know what... But what... No, when it comes to the issue of executive, legislative, they must work in harmony. They must. Without necessarily bound to... So, if they don't, if the executive...
All right.
No, it has to be.
CK, we must go.
We have to go.
No, but Grandpa, lastly.
Grandpa, let's just close with it.
Hold it.
Okay.
I overrule. But not before saying that our business here is simply, as I always say, to provoke opinion.
Exactly.
And allow you to make up your mind.
Definitely.
So, Honorable Ahmed Wase of Plateau State has congratulated the eventual speaker, who is from the Northwest. So leave the mathematics for politicians. But let me thank you, Kolawole Johnson, for coming. Many thanks for your time.
Grandpa, it's good to be here.
You're looking good. So the economy is getting better.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. It is nice to be here.
Okay.
I got tired of Shane. Nothing more.
All right, then.
Thanks for having me.
We're out of here, but not before thanking you, the viewer, for your time. If you missed any part of this, join us at 11 tonight. But Jide is unavoidably absent. He's away on official duty. If you join us at 11 tonight, as I said, for a repeat broadcast. On Sunday, we expand the field for you from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. And also know we are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I'm Citizen Jones Hussein. Bye-bye now.